All right, we begin with an update on a major shakeup inside Portland City Hall. The deputy city administrator in charge of public works, Priya Dhanapal, who oversees PBOT, Parks and Rec, and the Water Bureau, well, she's leaving in just over a week, and the city did not say why she is leaving. But turns out she is not leaving empty-handed. She is getting a six-figure payout. The Oregonian first broke this story, and we think it's worth your time. All right, here it is, the article by reporter Shane Dixon Kavanaugh, titled $222,000 payout to Portland's top public works leader is city's latest golden parachute. A city spokesperson confirmed that she agreed to accept a $221,770 severance. That is 75% of her annual salary, according to the Oregonian. The city tells KGW it is part of a, quote, targeted severance agreement. And just a few hours ago, I talked with Shane Dixon Kavanaugh. His reporting reveals this is a common practice at the city of Portland. And here's part of our conversation.
For as long as I've been on the Portland City Hall beat, I have frequently reported on these types of severances, often six-figure total in some, as high as $300,000 at times, that often go to departing city leaders. They are often given that type of severance in exchange for their resignation. So that means they're basically being fired or asked to leave, or that they're no longer needed or wanted at the city, and they still end up receiving a pretty generous parting gift.
So walk us through this $222,000 payout to Priya Dhanapal. Was the money negotiated as part of her departure, or was it money she was already entitled to receive as part of her contract? Talk me through that.
So I don't believe she had any sort of entitlement or it was contractually stated that she would be receiving this type of severance if she was leaving the city.
Did the city provide a specific reason for such a large payout in this case?
They often don't provide a reason other than that they have this targeted severance agreement policy. And I think part of the reason why I keep writing about this is DCA Dhanapal is one of, I think, 6 or 7 top city leaders who have left in the last year. And when they're leaving, they're getting, 5 or 6 figures out the door.
What does this pattern tell you about how Portland handles the departure of high-level employees?
Well, as we've sort of pointed out and why we keep drawing attention to it, it is somewhat unusual and atypical for there to be these large severances that accompany a person's departure.
What do you make of the optics of this? Because, these large severance payouts are coming at a time when the city is facing large budget deficits and having to cut other positions.
The argument that you hear from the city for why they continue to do this is because it provides some protection from potential legal liability in the future.
Okay, so again, some 6 or 7 ousted city leaders have received hefty payouts from the city in just the past year. Shane tells me that since 2001, the city of Portland has had a policy that allows them to give high-level employees these types of large payouts, often with the agreement that the employee won't sue the city in return. You can find his full article and his other reports on this topic on the Oregonian's website. Priya Dhanapal's last day is September 4th, and the director of PBOT will take her place until a permanent replacement is hired. But now we want to hear from you. What do you think about ousted city leaders getting six-figure payouts? Let us know. Email the story at kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090.